In this modeling tip video, we'll evaluate an example 2D Overland Flow mesh and edit features to modify the mesh as needed. I've just created a 2D Overland Flow model. This included adding 1D nodes and links, channel features, and channel control volumes. I've also added break lines and break points to characterize the terrain. It's important that my next step be to pre-process the 2D mesh. The pre-process tool can be found in the Overland Flow Region Manager. Once this process is complete, we can then evaluate the triangular mesh for short triangle segments. Those are generally less than 5 or 10 feet in length. And this is an important step because tiny triangles can result in model instabilities and longer simulation run times. After pre-processing, toggle on the pre-process mesh from the data tree in graphic view. A search tool is available to help in your evaluation of the 2D triangular mesh. Always begin by zooming into a small window as the scale will be maintained when you start to search. Click the Search tab and locate the Triangular Layer Mesh Links section at the bottom of that panel. Select the pre-process mesh type and specify a maximum link length. The search tool will locate triangle sides that are less than or equal to that specified length. Click First to begin the search, and in this example, the search tool found 47 triangles that are less than 5 feet in length. This sounds like a lot, but the issues are all related to 4 problem areas in the pre-process mesh. I'll zoom to each of these areas by clicking Next, and then edit features as needed. Usually, short triangle lengths can be corrected using the Edit Polyline tool to add, delete, or edit vertices. Zooming into that first area, I see this channel control volume has 2 vertices that are very close together. I'll use the Edit Polyline tool to delete one of those points. Now on the bottom right, I've added a preview of what the corrected mesh will look like after I pre-process again. Click Next to move to another problem area. In this case, a break line was drawn so that it overlaps another 2D feature. I'll use the Edit Polyline tool and I'll press M to move the end point of the line. I've also inserted a new point to refine this break line. The corrected mesh was again added to the video to illustrate the difference after making feature edits. Back on the search tool, click Next to cycle through the other tiny triangles until we see a new problem area. Here, the Overland Flow boundary has 3 vertices that are too close together, so I'll just delete these points. Look at the bottom right to see a preview of the mesh without the tiny triangles. Return to the search tool one more time to see the final problem area. This shows a breakpoint that was placed too close to a break line. I'll delete that breakpoint and again show a preview of the corrected mesh. I'll pre-process again to make sure there are no remaining tiny triangles. When the minimum length for the pre-process mesh seems reasonable, you can proceed to the scenario build and then on to simulations.